Welcome. Welcome. Woo! Welcome to LadyRo's Queendom. Gather around, tell a friend. Everybody sing. Oh, welcome to LadyRo's Queendom, where we nurture, cultivate, and awaken your inner queen. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Welcome to LadyRo's Queendom.
And the mic wasn't on. Good morning. I couldn't get nothing to load. I don't know what's up with me and this mic. I keep touching. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Cha. Cha, cha, cha. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. When I tell you this has been a morning. This has been a morning. I had everything was going smoothly. I sat down at this computer and I couldn't get nothing to load right. Stuff wasn't doing what I wanted to do. It was doing its own thing. And then I had to cut it off and cut it back on. I don't know what was going on. But child, we're here now. We are here now. Let me say some good morning. Good morning, Living for Me. Living for Me said, hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. Please do. She said, take your time, child. I was trying to go as fast as I could. As fast as I could. You said I love the intro. Thank you, Butterfly. Good morning, Butterfly. Yes, ma'am. We got the sound clicking, and I think we're ready. I think we're ready. We're gonna have a little chitty chatty bang bang. Give me 1 second. We're gonna get started. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Today we just gonna sit down here and just do some talking, just chitty chat. That's all we're gonna do. All views expressed in this live, they're all alleged. Everything's alleged, including my name. They're all in my opinion, and they're all for entertainment purposes only. Fair use disclaimer: some material used in this video is used under copyright fair use, U.S. Copyright Fair Use, Section 107, for purposes such as commentary, criticism, and news reporting and education. And again, like I said, we just down here to talk. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'm on the road to 1,000. And if you want to be notified next time I go live, please come down here and tap that notification bell so that you will know the next time I go live. I was intending to do this the other day and I did not. Good morning, that's me, AD. Let me put up an overlay real quick. And I'm gonna play something for you from Miss Wanda, honey. Miss Wanda had some information that she had gotten from, I believe, Georgia. She sent it to me as well. I know Miss Butterflies played it. I didn't play it, but let's play it. Let's listen to it. Let me see if I can find an overlay that will cover from wall to wall. There we go. This is what I want. All right, let's go. Ms. Wanda called the police station down in Georgia, and I'm just going to add it to today's chat. Why not? It'll kill some time, get some people in here. Let me know if you can hear it.
I don't have anything to do with this case, but I want you to know that the case in DeKalb County is closed. There's not enough evidence for whatever to go through.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading the detective notes, and he said that he has closed this case in DeKalb County, so you don't have to worry about us.
Okay, because I'm like, this gets crazy. Okay, so I don't need to call the detective, right?
No, you don't need to speak to him unless you want to.
So, Did they close the case or did she close the case?
Huh?
Who closed the case?
He did.
Oh, he closed the case.
He said there's not enough evidence.
Well, there you have it. As many of you know, a few weeks ago, there was a young lady going around saying that Miss Wanda was going to jail and my name was involved, other people's name was involved. And child, Miss Wanda called to find out what was going on. Case been closed for it, been opened up. Good morning, blessed by God. How are you feeling? I hope you're having a great day. I hope today is a good day for you. Please hit that like button. Please comment and subscribe. The Queendom, thanks for your engagement. Yes, we absolutely do. Good morning, Brown Girls Rocks. Good morning, all in unity. She said, good morning, LadyRo and chat. How are you all doing? Amen. We're doing great. Good morning, Queen Script. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, please hit that like button if you're in here. And I'm going to drop the link a little bit later after we get done reading these documents to see if anyone else wants to go live. Wants to talk about this. Tracy Kirby, good morning. She sure did put you in it line. Exactly. Put me into my Miss Wanda been over here talking crazy. Child, if she was over here talking crazy, I didn't hear it. Nobody else over here heard it because that's not how we operate over in the Queendom. That is. Hey, Shayna. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Ciao. Y'all know I'm back from Essence. I'm on vacation this week trying to get my life back in order. I spent last evening going through my kitchen. And yeah, I don't know if anybody else, like you buy plasticware, those Tupperware bowls, and you have more tops than bowls or more bowls than tops. I put them all in a box, child. And then it just led me to go through other stuff. I have so many things, child. I got a full large size box from Home Depot full of plastic goods. Child, I don't know if I'm going to have a garage sale this weekend, but I think I will. I need to get rid of pots and pans. I need to get rid of all this plasticware. It's just, my kitchen had more things in it than it needed, things that we were not using. And I was talking to my husband last night. I was like, you want to keep this? He was like, get rid of it. It's clutter. Let's declutter. And I'm totally in agreement with that. I didn't realize how you could just ignore something so long until it just begins to take over your home. And that's what has happened. We've just been buying stuff and just adding it to the collection. And I got a box full of just paper and mail that was just sitting on the countertop. Child, just a mess. You said, how was Essence? It was absolutely wonderful. I enjoyed myself. But I'm telling you now, Essence to me is what you make it. I believe if you go to Essence with the mindset of, oh, this is going to be horrible, it's going to be horrible. That's never going to be my experience because I'm going to have a good time. And I don't like a lot of people I don't like to be around people that complain. But we're going to get in another deep dive into Essence and these complaints that these people had at Essence. I'm going to tell you something. Now, I volunteer with this group of women called Be Blessed, My Sister. Okay. And Be Blessed, My Sister is a nonprofit organization where we give scholarships to children, right? So we donate money, because it's like a book club, pretty much. We get together, we read books, we empower each other as women, and then we give back to the community, right? So Be Blessed, My Sister, every year at the Cowboy Stadium during the season, we get a booth because the Cowboys, if you work any of their concession stands, they will give back to your organization if you're a 501c3. So we are 501c3, so we qualify for that. So we normally try to do things. Maybe we'll get a beer stand because, believe it or not, people drink a lot of beer. We'll do a beer stand, which only has a couple of people, or sometimes we'll do a concession stand. If we do a concession stand, we always try to get a smaller one. But even in doing so, they tell you that when people, because I did all the training, I have a license to be a bartender, even though I don't know how to mix or drink in this world. We get together, we go out. They tell you in the training that when you hand out a soda, that you have to take the top. I got a bottle of nail polish here, right? So I have to remove the top and throw it in the trash. In fact, they have a bucket that you put the tops in because it's all a part of checks and balances. So they count those lids to go against the sodas that they put into the freezer behind you when you get ready to leave, right? So even the beers, you have to pop the top off the beer, throw it in the little, there's a container that you put the tops in. With the wine, they have those screw tops. You actually cannot even give them the glass. You have to pour the bottles of wine into a cup, and then you give them the cup. So there was a young lady who was at Essence Fest at the concert and was complaining because they took her top. Now, I went to the concession stand at the concert, and it's self-checkout, so you scan your own things. I think I had a pizza, and I got a soda, and I think I got some candy. So I scanned everything, and the lady at the end was like, "Hey, can I see you take that top off and put it in a little bucket there?" And I said, "Sure." So I took my top off. I put it in a bucket because I worked at concession stands, and I know that it is a policy of the NFL and all of the stadiums that use the NFL, right? That operate under the NFL. So I mentioned to the young lady, I said, "Baby, you must not get that often because that is at all stadiums. They remove the tops." She said, "Well, I saw a lady that had her tops." I said, "Because it's self checkout. So because these were young people that were working these stands." I said, "Baby, if the young people are not paying attention and you walk away with your top, that's on you. But their job is to take that top because they count those tops at the end of the night. And if those tops are not matching with the amount of drinks that are missing, they could be in trouble." But we're going to do a deeper dive into all the complaints, child, that went along with Essence, because I've seen more complaints than anything. But we're going to get on through. Everybody's still speaking. You said, "Yes, trust, I know, packing to move into my cardboard box." Right. Oh my God. Not the cardboard box. Right. You said it seems like everyone had a good time this year. I think we did, but of course you're always going to have someone who complains. Yes, can we please get 10 more likes? I don't even know what the likes look like. Let's get 10 more, please, please, please. And all of you into girl, it was a lot of stuff I had. She did have a lot of stuff. Butterfly still got a lot of stuff. You know, it couldn't fit into Mama Butterfly's bag. Pass out. Anywho, y'all. We're gonna get on into it. So, as many of you know or have heard, I said this the other night, I believe it was Tuesday, said that Martell had heard that he had refiled. He had petitioned the court again on mail. And I couldn't find it. I looked, couldn't find it. I just kind of glanced, right? And spent $9.99. So I went back in last night, spent another $9.99, and got the documents after I found the number. And it actually is attached to the divorce decree. A lot of the exhibits are exhibits from the divorce, from the decree. Let me see if give me a second. I had pulled over nah, that's not it. I had pulled over a portion of their decree that I wanted to share, but I don't think I have it here. Can y'all give me one more second and look through my phone and see if it's in my phone? Can y'all give me one more? I don't know why that pulled up. But Essence was good. I had a great time. I'm glad to be back home, ready to regroup, and get my life back in order, child, because I felt like my life was out of order. I got a chance to meet Ali Siddiqui. I'm sorry. Did I share that picture? Let me share that picture with y'all right now. I got a chance to meet him. Let me pull it in so y'all can see it. He was so kind. Y'all know he's from Houston. He was walking by me and I was like, "Can you come here?" And he was like, "Sure, why? What's up?" And I was like, I want to get a picture. And he was like, "Sure, come on in here and grab a picture with me." This is me and Ali Sadiq at Drago's in New Orleans. I went there to get me some charbroiled oysters. some of my favorites, and Drago's always has the best. When I tell you I have so many things I want to share with you guys about Essence and some of the things that happened while I was at Essence that I absolutely believe are worth sharing. One of them is that I told you guys about my family being featured on what's the name of that show? Finding Our Roots, I believe. I believe it's Finding Our Roots. And the young lady who actually, is this what I wanted to find? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna pull this in. In fact, let me clean it up before I pull it in. The young lady who actually is my cousin that we found through my brother's DNA on his 23andMe was on the panel. I'm walking past. I just left Canvas Beauty, just got through speaking to Anthony Lofty's, and walked past this Finding Your Roots. That's it, Finding Your Roots. Walk past this stage, right? So I wasn't gonna sit down, I was gonna keep moving. But I looked over and I was like, there's Brittany. So I went and sat, I eased into a seat. I've never met her face to face. I'll put it that way. And so I went over and sat down in the seat, got my phone out, took a couple of shots of her. And of course, immediately I text my brother and my siblings because, of course, this is our cousin. Mind you, and this is a story for a whole nother day. Mind you, that Brittany and I, we are our dads. Is her grandfather, but my dad and her grandfather were brothers. So I actually got a chance to meet her face to face. She lives in St. Louis, and I was like, hi. I told her my name, and she started screaming when I told her my full name, my maiden name, and she said, we got to get a picture together. Let me put this to my phone as well. And she bent down and we took a picture together. She's like, please send this to my phone. This is my number. Keep in touch with me. She said, because we family. We are a family now. And I was like, you're right. So mind you, I got a chance to meet my cousin at Essence. This is my cousin. Her name is Brittany Packnett Cunningham. She was a member of Obama's cabinet, and oh my God, just get overwhelmed. I actually left there emotional. I'm like, why am I so emotional? I wasn't crying, but I was just really emotional. And I just think that when you find people that you don't know even exist that are kin to you, it just kind of just pricks your heart. Good morning, see Michelle. You said, yes, I found a very interesting video about the festival that I want to talk about. Okay, Butterfly, let's do it. Let's talk about it. I seen him in Vegas. He is hilarious. Yes, Ali is. My brother-in-law says Ali Sadiq is the funniest guy on earth. And I agree with him 100%. So we had to get a picture. Good morning, Symmetry. Good morning. So this is my cousin. Thank you, Butterfly. And I was so I did not see Stormy. Every time I would go past her booth, she wasn't there. And I'm gonna tell you this: I would go on a BeautyCon at 10 o'clock in the morning when the doors open. I was gonna do whatever I was gonna do. When I left BeautyCon, I wasn't going back to BeautyCon. BeautyCon was just it was overwhelming. The lines were long. It was just annoying. So after I left BeautyCon, the evening time, I went to seminars. I went and saw other famous people who I found interesting, because I just didn't feel like I need to waste my time in BeautyCon sitting in these long lines. So I didn't. I never saw Stormy, even though when I saw this guy, wait a minute. Oh, wrong picture. Hold on, you guys. Let me pull in the picture I'm trying to show y'all. He told me, hey, Stormy be here in a minute. I was like, Chad, I'm out of here. I am out of here. I am over this. I got a chance to see Anthony Lofty's while I was at Essence Festival, and we took a picture. We definitely took a picture, Chad. The haters is probably mad, but they'll be okay. Thank you, all in unity. You saw that is so dope. Yeah. So we're going to talk about we're going to talk about, you said nice pick. Thank. We're going to talk about, oh, you know what? I did see the Canvas Beauty, her car, and I actually saw her get in it. I did see that. But baby, I didn't have my phone ready because we were leaving. It was Monday morning. We were leaving and they were leaving. So I have a picture of them a video of them driving off as we're driving off, headed back home. But I didn't get a chance to see her. Now I did see Courtney. I saw Courtney, baby. Courtney was working. Anthony Loftus was working. That whole Canvas Beauty clique, they were working. They were working their butt off. You said, what a beautiful experience. It was. When I tell you, if we had left Essence after I met Brittany, it would have been all worth it. I'm just gonna be honest. It would have been all worth it because we met her. I met her Saturday morning. Because you know it's just different when you meet a party that you didn't know existed. My uncle died back in 1957. He was murdered by a lover. She actually unalived him using a ice pick in his heart, and he bled out. And I don't think he works for Canvas. I don't know what Anthony is. So Chad, let me speak on that. I met Anthony. Anthony was in the Canvas Beauty clique working. He was back there handing out bags, which is what you do at Canvas Beauty. I don't know if many of you got a chance to see the video of me showing everything I got from Essence. I may do another video, but I've kind of scattered everything out. In fact, the lip gloss I have on today, I got from Target, chat. I went into the Target and got me some lip gloss. Sure did. In fact, Target gave away a lot of stuff. They gave away a big bag of stuff. In fact, give me a minute. Let me go get it for you. Hold on. I think my bag is still sitting right here that I haven't went through. Haven't taken everything out of there. And Canvas gave away really nice bags. Really, really, really nice bags. I'll show you a Canvas bag. I'm back. Here we go. This is the bag that Canvas Beauty gave out. Really nice bag, pretty hefty. Anthony the first day gave me a bag, and I'm glad he did. Because when I went back Saturday and bought Butterfly. I don't care if you don't guess. I'm gonna go to Target if I gotta go to Target. I mean, it's the thing is that all this stuff was free, right? But I'm gonna go to Target. If there's some things that Target has that other people don't have, and I can get it there without having to drive around America. So Target's right down the street. So if it's not at Walmart, I'm gonna run to Target. I just am. There's just some things at Target. Again, Millie Moon diapers, which is what my grandson wears. They're very expensive diapers, but Walmart, they just started carrying them. Previous to them carrying them, we could only get them at Target. We were having to have them delivered to the house from Target, right? So yeah, that's it. That's it, Butterfly. Yeah, so I'm not sure if Anthony works for Canvas Beauty or if he was just there helping them with their stuff. But baby, this is what Target gave. This is a full, and I use EOS, baby. That is my lotion. EOS, this is their cashmere, and baby, I buy this. This is $13 in the store. Thank you, Target. This is $13 at Wally World, child, because I buy it every other month. They gave these, child. I'm gonna probably give these to my kids because y'all know I don't be doing no hair around here. I don't be doing no hair. They gave out lip gloss. The last day I went there Saturday and Sunday. So they gave out 3 and I just opened up one. So these are the other 2. They gave out EOS hand lotion. Again, I just told you I'm an EOS girl. They gave out a $5 off coupon. Baby, I am going to Target and spend this. Sure is. They gave out Good Molecule eye serum. I use this. I use Good Molecule. They gave out hair conditioner. This is by African Pride. I use African Pride products on my hair. They gave out Jamaican Black Castor Oil Water. This is a leave-in conditioner. This is a full bottle. This is a 16-ounce bottle with a sprayer. You see that? Yes. Target gave out, baby, Target came for blood this year. They came for blood. They gave out these little small packets of Shea Moisture. Bantana oil by Cantu. Milani Make It Last. This is a finish setting spray. Full bottle. This is a 6-ounce bottle. Y'all see that? 6-ounce bottle. And I got 2 of them because remember I went twice. This is onion water, which is a conditioner by As I Am. And this is by As I Am as well. These are Black-owned manufacturers that they are giving stuff out. Target gave out EOS holding gel. Lip gloss by Black Radiance. They gave out a concealer by Milani. And then they gave out 2 more. They gave 3 of these in each bag. Ciao. Target, I write in my book today. And they may be a piece of trash, but they are right today. And I'm gonna tell you this, and then we're gonna get on into what we're gonna talk about today. The one thing I can say about Essence Festival that I believe we saw this year was the DEI rollbacks. We saw it in big numbers, right? Ford, one of the bigger sponsors, was not there. AT&T, one of the bigger sponsors, was not there. McDonald's, another big sponsor, was not there. A lot of the vendors in BeautyCon were not there. So when you start rolling back DEIs, this is where it starts affecting us as consumers because they don't give back to us the way they normally would. AT&T has always been a big sponsor of the Essence Festival. There was no signs of AT&T. Now, I have friends who work, and my husband's cousin normally spearheads the AT&T booth. So he was at Essence. I'm like, what's going on? He was like, DEI. So this is what happens when DEI rolled back. We lost a lot of good sponsors. Essence Festival is good to me. What's the name of that Target product? Which one? All in Unity. Which one? Tell me which one. Yeah, Target gave out a lot of stuff. Last year, remember, the Target lines were pretty empty, right? Because everybody's not going to Target. This year, the Target lines were long. But we're going to do a whole episode on Target and what happened. The lines, the people, the place was packed. And I believe you had more people than you had products. Vaseline would open up at 10. By 10:45, they shut down their lines. They didn't open them back up to 1 o'clock. And after 1 o'clock, they shut down their lines. And on Sunday, they were tossing products to people, full-size products to people to get because they did not give out all the stuff. You said, I bet they did give out. They did. Good morning, Inez Martin. You said I had a great time at Essence. Good. I did too. Target line was ridiculous. It was. Target actually had 3 lines. Like they had a lot, their main line. Then they had, you move over about 6 feet, there was another line that was roped off. That was their secondary line. And then they had people standing around the outside of the secondary line, waiting on the secondary line to move over to the main line so they can move to the secondary line. They had to organize, but child, it was a mess. You showed it again. I think I saw it. It was the EOC thing. It was gel, styling gel. The EOC was styling gel, I believe. I believe. Where is it at? Here it is. The EOC. Back it up. Come on now. On my background, because my walls are just white, child. I just put something back here so y'all can have something to see. Let's go with none real quick. So the EOS is just styling gel. That's it. Just styling gel. That's it. That's all. You said, I believe the video I found will explain a lot. Yes. Cashmere, I love it. When I say, oh, you talking about, I'm sorry. The Echo. Is that what you're talking about? The EOS? The EOS is Cashmere's whipped butter. And it's a cream. And now I bought some Canvas Beauty. I bought a full-size thing of La La Love, I believe. It's over there in one of those bags. I love Canvas Beauty body butter. I love their body butter. But the thing is with the body butter is that sometimes it does leave you greasy. That's just the word I'm going to use, a little greasy, and sometimes it gets on my clothes. This is oil based, but it dries down as soon as you rub it in. You're not greasy. It doesn't leave you oily. So that's why I love this. And I use their lotion. I use their lotion, their hand cream, and this because I have really dry skin, and this works perfectly with said dry skin. Like my hands are dry right now, although I put lotion on them. But I washed them again because I washed some dishes before I came up here. Let's move on. Butterfly Cashmere, I think it was. Okay. You said, yeah, that was what she was talking about. Okay. Let's go. I got luck. My friend had crutches, so we got to skip the line. Ooh, honey. I tried my best to get my sister to go with her wheelchair. I said, girl, bring your wheelchair. We'll get to the front. And she said, no, I'm not gonna try because my sister actually is on oxygen. But she said next year, she said, I'm already getting prepared. If the Lord say the same, we're gonna be at Essence together. We're gonna make it a family event next year. I'm gonna invite my cousins. Although I don't want to do an Airbnb, I think I will do one. We'll look into it. We'll see which one is better. I actually prefer the hotel. I prefer to walk out my door and be at the place, which is what we've done for the last few years. But I do know that if cousins go, we may just get a big room at one of those hotels. Because the hotel we stayed in this year, they actually offer a big room in a corner, which has a kitchen, has a standalone bedroom, and a living area that has a pull-out sofa. So we may get some of those. You said thanks, Butterfly. I will go get some of that. It's great stuff. I love EOS. Yes, I love it. I'm bringing a wheelchair. I know that's right, Inez. I know that's right. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. Although people had wheelchairs, you said we did Airbnb. We didn't. We did. We stayed at the Hampton Inn. So literally we walked out of the front door of our hotel down the sidewalk, and we were at the convention center. Literally, like it was within steps. It's not even maybe 10, 15 feet across the street, and we were there. So I enjoyed that, being there to the convention center. And last year we stayed at the Hilton Riverwalk, which I loved even better because, and if they had been not $300 or $400 a night, I would have stayed there again this year. But the Hilton Riverwalk, you walk into, out of the hotel, go upstairs and go right into the Riverwalk, and you just walk out the Riverwalk door and you're at the convention center. That's where we were the year before. Last year before that, we stayed at the Spring Hill Suites, which is 2 blocks from Essence. And the year before that, we stayed at another Hilton property. I want to say Doubletree or something like that. And we were just right across. We were 2 blocks away as well. I love coming out the room, and like I ain't got a long way to walk, especially in the heat. But this year was good. The heat wasn't so bad, so it wasn't all that. You said you actually need one after all that walking. Inez, my feet, my back, everything was aching by the time I got to my room Friday evening. But Saturday I went to the concert. I took an Uber to the concert. I didn't take any heels. I only took flats. And I walked from the concert back to my hotel. Met some ladies there because I went to the concert by myself. Nobody in my group wanted to go, so I went by myself. Met some ladies there. We walked. They were at the Hilton Riverwalk. I walked with them to the Riverwalk. Then I walked to my hotel. Now, mind you, I had sent my niece my location. She wakes her husband up, and they come looking for me. I saw you were walking down the street. How'd you know I was walking down the street? She said, I saw your location, and it had on there feet. So that meant you were walking. So they came looking for me, but I beat them to the hotel, child. Beat them to the hotel. My goddaughter was there. She stayed actually at the Hilton Riverwalk. She got a better deal, but she only spent one night. When I start booking, I look for the closest hotel, the best deals. And believe it or not, Hampton Inn gave me the best deal, nice hotel. And child, my room was $144 a night. You can't beat it. Can't beat it. for a 4-star hotel. You can't beat it. You said, I never attended. Oh, Brown Girls Rocks, you got to meet me there next year. You live in the area, girl. We got to meet up, have lunch, and we can go to Essence next year because you don't know what you miss. Essence is a ball of fun. So I told you I got to meet Ali Sadiq. I met my cousin Brittany Packnett Cunningham, and I got a chance to see Anthony. I got some more pictures of some more celebs that I met. For Essence, 144 is a deal. Last year, we paid 100, and I want to say 144, but I'm going to tell you that 144 is using my federal government discount. I will say that. Everybody in my party used my discount, and for that, the only thing I had to do was like show my ID, but I could get up to, I think, depending on the stays, either 3 or 4 rooms I could get. The place. You said, oh, you're in South Carolina. I'll get Brown Girls Rock. We're gonna have to get you to Essence. Trust me, it's a good time. It's a good time. And the thing is, you go with people that you absolutely adore or that you're friends with, and you have a good time. You say, I love Hampton Inn. Me too. If I have to go to these small little cities, I'm gonna be at a Hampton Inn. I am. And when I went to, I traveled so much that when I went to Phoenix for my cousin's funeral, I actually stayed at the big Hilton. And I didn't have, no, I stayed at the big Marriott because I had Marriott points too. I stayed at the big Marriott and I had points. I didn't pay a dime. It was all free because all the points I've added up from traveling. I stayed at a Marriott property in Bali. I stayed at a Marriott property when I was in Thailand. So all those points just kind of added up. Child, I used them all. We went to the concert Friday, and my friends got us floor seats. I saw Jay Boland and Claudia Superson, etc. I saw Super. I did see Super. I went Saturday, and I sat in 127, which was right off the floor, 3rd row. So I was able to get on the floor, get me a drink, and actually went on the floor and took pictures of Brandy and Monica. Actually went on the floor so I could take some pictures. So yeah, I had a great time. You said you saw him also. I was planning a trip in June. Next year I will rearrange next year. Okay. Yes, Brown Girls Rock. And you know, the thing is, the good thing about Essence is that we know it's always going to be the same time. It's always going to be the weekend facing the 4th of July. Always. So you kind of know when to plan. Next year, 4th of July is on a Sunday, I believe. Let me make sure. My nephew was trying to give me the demo. Oh, it's going to be on so and so day. So if it's on a Sunday, just plan to plan that weekend, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, because it's always Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes, the 4th is going to be on a Sunday next year. So the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th will be, really the 2nd, 3rd, 4th will be Essence because they're Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I always go in on a Thursday. Always going on Thursday. Good morning, Susie. The Marriott is nice. Also, I love them too. Me too. I love a good Marriott. We was seat hopping. Let me tell you something. Them people was watching. They was watching those seats. The little attendants. One lady that was on the floor. She said, "Girl, you sit wherever you want to sit. I do not care." And I was like, "I'm not sitting down. I'm going back to my seat. I came there to take some pictures." You said I was on a plane with Jay Boland. Oh wow! I see Jay Boland every year. I'm not impressed with Jay Boland. My pastor's wife models for Jay Boland. I'm sorry. It's not. Yes, I hope they keep it in New Orleans. Me too. I hope the planning committee does what they need to do to get those contracts signed with the city. I will say that there's a video of the city officials. They were at Essence. They did do a conversation, and they said they do want to keep Essence in New Orleans. They just got to make sure the numbers are right. I have been Essence with Susan Taylor. Okay, so you were there. Me too. I was there when Susan Taylor was still running the show. I have been going to Essence for years. I could go back. First time I went with my husband, we actually rented an Airbnb, and all of our friends went together. We had a great time. Great time. Good morning, Gail France. Butterfly laughing at us. Let's get on into today's today's story. Let's get on into it. Y'all did hear that Miss Wanda said that what I posted about Miss Wanda and the charges being dropped, child. The charges, there was no evidence. Let me play it one more time. Let's see.
Like, this gets crazy. Okay, so I don't need to call the detective, right?
No, you don't need to speak to him unless you want to.
So, did they close the case or did she close the case?
Huh?
Who closed the case?
He did.
Oh, he closed the case.
He said there's not enough evidence.
Case closed, ho. Anyway, I've been going with my college friends for years. Me too. Actually, the first Essence I went to, I probably was, I want to say 2004, 2003. My sister, baby, first year she was there, my older sister. The first year Essence started, she was there. She was second year. She'd come back, y'all got to go to Essence. I was a young girl trying to finish my education, get my little degree. And child, my sister was living her best life going to Essence. So because of my big sis, I now go to Essence every year. She went every year before she passed away of breast cancer. So I now go every year that I can go. And she told me, yeah, enjoy life. Don't let nobody stop you. No evidence, period, boo. None whatsoever, baby. You sit on there lying to yourself. trying to ride on somebody else's coattail. Oh, she was 30. And she was over there on LadyRo's channel talking crazy. Girls, you smoke that stuff. You've been smoking that stuff allegedly. Because anybody with good sense would know that don't make sense. Anyway, Jazz Fest is fun. Also, it is, girl. Mardi Gras too. I was there in spirit. I don't even want to talk to you about that live for me. You better prepare next year. I ain't taking no for an answer next year. Oh, we're not taking no for an answer. Jazz Fest is fun in New Orleans. Mardi Gras is fun. I'm married to a guy from Louisiana, from the boot, as he calls it. And child, we be at the Bayou Classic every year, the weekend of after Thanksgiving. I didn't go for the last 2 years. He went a year, not 2025, but 2024. We were supposed to go together. And I had everything plane tickets, and I ended up with COVID. So I ended up staying home. He went and had a good time. Child, this past year, there was just so much going on that neither one of us wanted to go. I was actually just got back from Italy. So I was like, I don't want to go. And so we didn't go. But we used to drive down every year. Then we decided to start flying because, baby, it's nothing like getting on that plane. By the time you get up and they pass you a little peanut or two, you coming right on down. It's time to be back at home. You said they have nothing better to do. Nothing better to do. Nothing, Inez. Nothing. Anyway, let's read these documents. But trust me, I got everything they said. I recorded it because, child, keeps me a paper trail. So, anywho, Martell has petitioned the court against Melanie Rogers Holt. Again, let's get into it. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. I redacted some information that we don't need to know. How about that? All right. Electronically filed 7/1/2026 at 2:03 p.m. 47-DR. This is the case number. DR means domestic relations. 2020-900-543.03. This is a part of their divorce decree. This is the third amended document. Circuit Court of Madison County, Alabama. Deborah Kezar is the clerk. In the Circuit Court of Madison County, Alabama, Melanie Rogers, formerly known as Melody Holt, plaintiff respondent versus Martell Holt, defendant partitioner. Okay. So remember, the original document Melanie filed for divorce, Mel was the defendant. So that you're going to always see it in that order. Okay. Whenever they go back into that case to do any amendments or any work on that case, you're going to always see her as the plaintiff and he as the defendant, because that was the originality of the case. It gives us the case number DR 900-543-03. Verify petition for modification and rule NISI. All right. Comes now the defendant petitioner, Martell of our Holt, hereinafter known as father. So from here on in this document, you're not going to see his name again. You're just going to see the word father, and brings this his verified petition for modification and rule NSI or NICE against the plaintiff respondent, Melanie Rogers, formerly known FKA, but that means formerly known as Melanie Holt, hereinafter mother. So we'll see her throughout the document known as mother, and as grounds for relief shown unto the court as follows. Number one, the parties were divorced by a final decree of divorce that was entered by the court on or about the 15th day of March 2021, which incorporated the settlement agreement entered into by the parties on March 12, 2021. A copy of the settlement agreement is attached here too as Exhibit A and incorporated into and made a part hereof as though fully sent out herein. So Exhibit A is a document saying what their settlement agreement was in their divorce. Subsequent to their divorce being granted, the parties raised claims for modification of custody and contempt in DR 2020-90020.01, in which an order was entered by this court on March 1st, 2023, and in DR 2020-900-543. I'm sorry, there's 4 zeros. Is it? No, it's 3 zeros. I'm sorry. 543.02. An order of modification was entered by this court on October the 20th, 2025, attached here too as Exhibit B and C. So the original settlement agreement was attached. Also, the order that was entered on March the 1st was attached as Exhibit B, and then the modification order that was also attached from October 2025 was entered as Exhibit C. The third part of the petition is just the mentioning the attorney mentioning the children, their date of birth. I have blacked all the information out because we don't need to know any of that. That's none of our business. Pursuant to the parties' settlement agreement, the parties agreed to pay for an equal 50% of the minor's children's extracurricular and athletic activities, school supplies, back to school clothes, and other similar activities related to athletics, cultural, civic areas. Additionally, the parties agreed that the parties shall each be responsible for and pay 1/2 of any uninsured medical expenses incurred on behalf of their minor children, with reimbursements to the other party to be submitted within 30 days from the date of submission of receipt for said expenses. The mother has failed. Number 5, the mother has failed and willingly refused to abide by this court's order regarding reimbursement of the children's extracurricular and medical expenses. Specifically, the mother has refused to reimburse the father for payment of the children's extracurricular. Let me switch over to the next page for you guys. There we go. Now I gotta switch it for myself. Activities and uninsured medical expenses, which currently totals approximately $10,323.50, despite the father providing her with proper documentation. Number 6, the mother has failed and willingly refused to abide by this court's standard parenting clauses, which was made part of the parties' settlement agreement and incorporated in the court's final decree of divorce entered August the 7th of 2020. As part of this court's order modification, specifically, the mother has allowed her paramour, Jason Moore, to stay overnight in the presence of the minor children and has permitted Mr. Moore to conduct custody exchanges on her behalf. Now, if you remember the other day, I mentioned that there was a video placed on Instagram of Mr. Heel talking to the children. Although I think it was great that he was pouring into the kids. We do know that they have a father who the mother says is unhinged, allegedly, and that the mother says does all of these things. And in doing so, why in the world would you record that for Instagram? Was it for him to flip out? I'm not getting it, because people are saying, oh, he's dangerous, he's this, he's volatile, da 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 da. But we put things in the way for him to be volatile or be with all these things that you say he is. But yeah, moving right along. Number 7, the father had significant concerns regarding the minor children's exposure to Mr. Jason Moore, who was the subject of a prior DHR investigation involving the party's minor children after allegations that he allowed 2 of the minor children, ages 12 and 13 at the time, to operate a motor vehicle on Governor's Drive. Number 8. Thank you, Pretty Blue. I appreciate that. Number 8, the father is in need of an order which prohibits Mr. Jason Moore from transporting the minor children or serving as their caregiver. Pursuant to the October 20th, 2025 order modification, the minor children shall not participate in any television production or any social media that is for gain/profit without leave of court or until the children reach the age of majority. In the state of Alabama, the age of majority is 19 years old. In most states it's 18, but Alabama, I looked it up, has this wild law that says it has to be 19. Number 10, the mother has willfully violated this court's order concerning the children's social media exposure. The father believes the mother has allowed the children's maternal grandmother to use the minor children on social media platforms, including Instagram and Facebook, to promote and sell children's books. Now, we know Martell wrote a book for the kids. Now, I don't know if the grandmother did it too. I don't know what they got going on, but sound like a big mess. Anyway, the mother currently uses the same social media platforms to promote the children's care product, cologne, and other items. As you know, Tank has a cologne line. So, child, he's talking about that. It is further believed that the mother, through both the maternal grandmother and herself, is financially benefiting from the children's social media exposure by directing proceeds into accounts managed by both the mother and the maternal grandmother, Vanessa Tracy. Number 11. Okay, so let me catch up with what y'all are saying. Yes, y'all welcome Pretty Blue here. Please send her a shout out. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody for joining and subscribing. You are always welcome here. Trust me. Yes, Miss Van D created a book as well. I think on the way to grandma's house or something like that. Oh, that makes sense. So you need the children to promote it, right? I guess. Number 10, the mother. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 11, the father avers that the mother has engaged in a pattern of making negative, disparaging, and derogatory comments about the father via social media. Such conduct is harmful to the minor children as it undermines the father's relationship with them, exposes the children to adult conflict, creates emotional distress. I totally agree with that one. Totally agree with number 11. It is horrible because you take children from being kids and you put them in adult spots. It's not fair. It's not fair. Number 12, the father requests an order prohibiting either party that includes himself, from making public statements that disparage, criticize, or discuss the other party, the minor children, or any ongoing court proceedings of the party. The mother has repeatedly made, this is number 13, made false allegations against the father and has misused the court system in an attempt to gain an advantage over him in the court system. Most notably, she filed a protection from abuse petition purportedly on behalf of the minor children, which was dismissed by the court after a hearing. These actions have unnecessarily escalated the parties' conflict, increased legal fees, and caused significant emotional distress to the father and the minor children. Let's move on to the next one. You said, finally, a judge with common sense. Well, we hadn't made it to the judge. This is just the petition that Martell has posed to the courts. Yes, she went behind him and did 1, 2. Then when it was Martell's time with the kids and was going to take the kids to promote the book, BB kept the kids. And next thing you know, her went, did I. I'm sorry. And did the children to promote her book. Just ridiculous. It is. It's super, super, super silly. Super, super silly. Let's go to the next page. Super silly. Number 14. Additionally, the party's oldest son, M.L. Holt, number 2, has incurred over 15 disciplinary actions at school. I'm going to say that again. Additional, the party's oldest son has incurred over 15 disciplinary actions at school. The father has repeatedly attempted to discuss with the mother the need to change the child's school placement due to these ongoing behavioral and disciplinary issues. However, the mother has refused to cooperate. Number 15, pursuant to the party's original settlement agreement incorporated into the final decree of divorce, the father has final decision-making authority regarding the minor children's education. Notwithstanding this authority, a subsequent order of modification designates the mother's address as the primary resident for school enrollment purposes. The mother's refusal to add the oldest child's significant disciplinary problems demonstrates her unwillingness to prioritize the children's education and emotional well-being, and further supports modification of the current custodial agreement. My God, today. Anyway, number 16, the father is in all respects a fit and proper person to have the joint physical and legal custody of the minor children of the parties, both pendente light and thereafter, due to the mother's ongoing violations of court orders and her conduct described herein. The current custodial agreement is no longer in the best interest of the minor children. The mother is not fit to exercise sole custody of the minor children. Number 17. The mother has willingly and wantedly refused to abide by this honorable court's order, and she should be held in civil and criminal contempt. Number 18, the father has been forced to incur attorney's fees and other costs in filing this action and is in need of an order of the court directing that the mother reimburse him for and on account of the same. Wherefore, the premises considered, the petitioner father respectfully requests the following. A, order the respondent mother to appear and show cause why she should not be held in civil and criminal contempt for her failure to comply with this court's orders. And B, order that the petitioner father be awarded both pendente light and final hearing, the joint custody and legal custody of the minor children. And C, order that Jason Moore be prohibited from transporting the minor children or being used as a caretaker for the party's minor children. And D, order that neither party shall make any public statement that disparage, criticize, or discuss the other party, their minor children, or any ongoing court proceedings involving involving either party. And let's move to the last page. And E, order that the judgment be entered against the respondent mother and in favor of the petitioner father for any unpaid reimbursement of the minor children's extracurricular and medical expenses. And F, order that the judgment be entered against the respondent mother and in favor of the petitioner father for attorney's fees and costs relating to this matter. And G, grant unto the petitioner father such other, further, and different relief as to which he may be entitled. Submitted this first day of July 2026. Signed, Martell of Holt, petitioner, State of Alabama, County of Madison, sworn to and subscribed before me on this first day of July 2026. Notary Republic, I cannot read her name, Lay Daniels, Lay Daniels Family Law, and it gives her address and information. Child, what y'all think? What y'all got to say about this? I'm gonna drop the link in case anybody wants to come up, but let's go through what y'all got to say. Lord Jesus. You said, oh my God. Okay, got it. Hopefully. Yes. Her mother did it with the children to be spiteful. Girl, it sounds like it. You said, if that is true, that's crazy. 15. I'm gonna tell you something. My children were in school. I told you about my daughter who used to fight in school. And it got at one point, I don't ever think it ever got to 15. She was fighting in middle school. Maybe we had 2 or 3 fights. She got to high school and it went all the way. It went away. She never fought again. But I actually did the work to make sure that we could get rid of the problem, whatever that meant. Seeing a therapist, doing family counseling, actually doing some other things, talking to the pastor, getting her involved in other curricular activities, getting a mentor, a big mentor. I believe the mentor made a difference. And then I got her a dog. And the dog changed her entire personality. I don't know what it was about the dog. Maybe it was her other spirit being, but it really changed her personality. Martell had a book with the kids as well. I see nothing wrong with her having a book as well. Well, is a dad. She's a grandmother. I think that lines can be crossed, but they shouldn't be overbearing. You know what I'm saying? This is a contentious divorce, Inez. And I'm not on anybody's side. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm on the side of the kids. I just feel like these children are being used as pawns. And I've said this before. If Mel wants if she wants Martell to leave her alone, she has to stop. And if Martell wants Mel to leave him alone, he has to stop. Somewhere along in the middle, these children are being pulled like a tug of war. Again, Martell had a book. She's a grandma, right? I don't expect my parents or my ex-husband's parents to supersede me as a mom or to supersede my ex-husband as a father and do something that we did not agree to or we did not want, right? I just feel like there's always a boundary the parents don't need to cross. And I also think there's a boundary that grandparents don't have to cross. And I'm not saying that she may have crossed the boundary. Far as we know, Mel is okay with this book, right? But we also have to understand this is still their father, whatever that looks like. Mel chose to have a baby with Martell, 4 babies with Martell. She has to also understand he's still their dad, and he's fighting her like hell for it. 15. Oh my gosh, right. All in unity. Hey, Sergeant Charge. You said, I see a problem with it, especially if you try to stop the father, but think you should be able to make off his children. And that's my part. I don't think you should be making money off of my kids without my permission. I don't think that's fair. I also don't think I need to struggle with my in-laws about my children. Not something I created, not something I have to help take care of. None of that. None of you ain't gonna take my money and then tell me what I need to do. That marriage security guard needs to go. I agree. That's me, AD. Maybe the son should stay full time with the dad and the daughters with the mom. I agree with that, all in unity. That may be something they need to look at, because my son told me something as he became an adult. He said, Mama, you could never teach me how to be a man. And I had to sit in it as a single mom at the time. How did this happen? I couldn't teach him how to be a man. I remarried, but that wasn't his dad. So I understood where my son was going with that conversation about, he needing to be shown things that men need to show men. How to be a man, how to work hard, how to get out here and go get it. When you only have a woman showing you things, there's things that men go through that I couldn't relate to. I remember walking in the room one day and I was like, what are you doing? I just went ballistic until I called my brother and I was like, can you come get him, spend a day with him and talk to him? And my brother said, sure. My brother and his son came and picked him up. They went riding. My brother said they went all kinds of places and they had those conversations. But I totally agree that a woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. Just can't. That's me, AD, or at the very least, stay in his lane. Facts. I agree with that. If you're going to be the security guard, be the security guard. It's always a mess, and they put those kids in causing a bigger mess. I agree. 100%. Shh. I'm a little late. Come through, LadyRo. Hey, Passion. Well, if his evidence is accurate, she has to pay. Shaking my head. I agree. If his evidence is accurate and she owes him money, he does have to pay. I'm not a parent. Martell Holt should be allowed to see his children. I think he sees them. I think he's just asking for other things, Andre. I'm not really sure. But the petitioner in the petition, he's asking to be allowed, because apparently he does have the right to change schools, because it says that he has the final decision-making authority regarding their education. With that being said, he said he has to use her address as to where the children will go to school. So apparently they go to public school, which when you put your kids in public school, there's really not a lot of room. So maybe he needs to take his son out of public school and put him in a private school. My kids went to private school. They went to private school to 6th grade, and I believe kids need that foundation. That's just my personal opinion. I'm a private school prodigy myself. Martell doesn't get along with his son. That's why they're in court now. I agree with that, but I'm going to tell you something. That son is what, 14, 15? And when kids start smelling themselves, as my mom used to say, they turn to somebody that you don't know. That child who used to be so caring and doing this and doing that and always being kind. I'm telling you this from a mother's standpoint with 3 adult children, can turn to somebody you don't know. I'm telling you. That child that was so respectful can turn to be so disrespectful. And it's just, sometimes I don't want to do what you want me to do, or I want to be rebellious. I'm telling you, this kids do it, boys and girls. Yeah, kids, boy. They're in court now because Martell is saying the son has over 15 disciplinary actions. He's repeatedly tried to get the mother to change school placement. She's not wanting to do that. So if my child has gotten in trouble in school, there's something going on. That's not just at home. Something's going on in school, and it could be something going on at home that's affecting him at school. There's a whole bunch of things that could be involved with this son getting so many disciplinary actions. So I don't know. I hate to think that a child wouldn't get along with their dad, but I believe that dad is probably the stern one and mama's probably the easygoing one. And I'm gonna tell you this: children try each other. They gonna if I say this, and this, they're gonna go over there and daddy said I ain't gotta do it. Because I've lived that. I've lived it. I'm gonna tell you, growing up in my house, my mom and daddy raised 8 children. They had 8 kids. I'm the baby of 8. My mom and daddy did not balk the system against each other. They did not. I could go to mom and say, hey, mama, can I go out tonight? What your daddy say? And I go say, hey, daddy, mama said, I could go out if you said I could go out. What your mama say? They would send me on a rat race back and forth. What your mama say? Daddy, she said it's up to you. Well, go ask her again. This is what my parents would do to me. So much and so, sometimes I would say, I don't want to go anymore. I don't want to go anymore. I could never pit my parents against each other. And I love that for me and for them. My parents stayed on the same ground. They did not play with us. And I think they learned it after the first 2 or 3 kids. We got to be on the same page. When it comes to these kids, they try to take over our house. My mom would say it all the time. She's like, we just had to learn that if they say this to you, you say this to me. And I told you, I thought my parents never argued until I was like, Mama, you and Daddy, I never heard y'all argue. And she said, oh, girl, we get in the car. We have us some knockout, drag out, screaming matches. She said, but we never did in front of y'all. And that is what I appreciate about my parents. They never did that in front of us. I'm sorry. Butterfly thought I had dropped it. She needs to learn how to compartmentalize. Pretty Blue, you just said it. You said a word. But that is something you have to learn, I think, when you're a little bit younger. When you get about 40, you are who you're going to be, right? And you get 50, it's a wrap. You ain't changing. About 40, 45, you are who you're going to be. Hey, Feel Good. How are you? Good. Is it good or good? I have a friend last name Good. Hey, Butterfly.
Hey, beautiful. How you doing?
She can't seem to allow him to be a father while detaching her own feelings. Pretty Blue, I agree with that 100% because she does seem to stay deep in her feelings when it comes down to Martell. I told y'all what I told y'all yesterday about them Scorpios. I'm gonna post. Do I have to post it again for y'all to see? Scorpios got to get the get back. They got to. Look. Let me remove this so I can post this. It won't let me post. I got too many things in my studio. Give me a minute. Scorpios have to get the get back. They have to. They can't rest. They can't let you get away with it. They got to get you back. I'm gonna pay you back for that one. That's always gonna be the Scorpio theme. It is. I'm sorry. Scorpio, distrusting, jealous, secretive, violent. These are the weaknesses of the zodiac sign. It just is. And they always got to get you back. You said Miss Van wrote her book first. Did she? I've never heard of it. But we can Google it and find out more better. Thanks for letting us know. I didn't know. I didn't even know she had a book. So all this is news to me. But thanks for letting me know. You say, Inez Martin 01. What do you mean? Martell is still the father. He is. And we can't expect for grandparents to take over and supersede what the parents want. But if give me a second, I just want to get through these comments. He's doing tit for tat. I hope she's on the up and up moving forward. I think they're both doing tit for tat, Ray. Don't you think? I think they're both doing tit for tat. I don't
even think it's tit for tat. I really think, but
I think it's tit for tat. He said his son is not smelling himself. He put his hands on him. Child, I agree with that. That he put his hands on him, and he could be smelling himself too. It could be 2 things could be true at the same time. Definitely could be true at the same time. He could be smelling himself, and he could have put his hands on him. Because a lot of us had our parents put their hands on us. Lord knows, mine did, but they never had to go to the jailhouse or the schoolhouse and get none of us out of trouble. You said, yeah, Tank got a little mouth on him. That's when AD said that, and you know what? I've heard that too. I've heard how he's gotten jazzy with his other grandmother. How many fathers are gonna sit back and let you disrespect their mama? None. I don't know of none. My daddy would have knocked my teeth down my throat. I think the son is acting out because the parents are acting out. Brown Girls Rocks, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you. This male and Martell Telenovia has and will forever be their dynamic until one of them or both of them actually come across someone else who captures their heart and soul and is fundamentally not with the ish. Oh my God, passion. I said that Mel probably needs to get her someone who really monopolizes her time and takes her mind away from all of this. And Martell needs to do the exact same. And that hasn't happened. Melanie Rogers walked away from loving Marriage Huntsville on their own network. Right, Andre? She did. Thanks for reminding us. Gail France. Could the kids be in school picking with him over the internet drama with his parents? They could be, Gail. They could be. And the kids are cruel. I'm with you on that one now. That's a thought. They could be picking at him. Were the AB accusations true or false?
I would say false because they was dismissed. We all read the documents. They was dismissed.
I'm gonna show y'all another document too. When Butterfly gets ready to talk. Be blessed by God. It has been documented that Martell has been abusing Tank. Yes, he is the father, but don't abuse your kids. But all of those abuse things have been found to be
dismissed.
Untrue. Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you this, Inez, and I mean this with all respect, because I respect everybody in this room, because I think this is a room where we can be respectful. When the police are called, do you know that they actually agree with you disciplining your children by corporal punishment? Do you know that? They agree with you spanking your kids. They agree with you whipping your children. Now, I don't know what abuse looks like. I don't know what the abuse is that Martell has supposedly done to Tank. But I will tell you now, police do agree with you whooping your children, spanking your kids. They do. When kids know that they can't get hit anymore, all heck breaks loose. Oh my God, Ray. That is the God honest truth. When they feel like that they got somebody on their side, they gonna act a fool. They do. And until it's your house and they acting a fool in your house, then you don't know no different. The baby girl is out the chain, also with discipline problems. I wish them well. Ray, I agree with you. Because Charlie, I would not want to be in that. Marty put hands on the son before, and that's why he couldn't see them for 56 days. Child, that was what they said, child.
Dismissed and not found it. It was dismissed and not found it. They did the immediate action because it was filed in court. They're going to automatically try to resolve the situation. But he went 45 days without being able to see his son, and it was not found it. They was ordered to therapy. We know he went through that process where he was refusing to do therapy for a little while, but apparently he got it together. You know what I mean? It's like, this is sad, really, honestly, truthfully. But in no way, shape, or form should a grandmother be able to make money off of somebody's children while you're in the process of trying to stop the father from making money. There's no way and no sense and no how that makes any sense when you're not primarily responsible for their care at all in no shape or form. So I don't care who made the book first. They carte blocked him from having the kids promote the book. We've seen that. They filmed it on the show just for the grandmother to turn around and promote a book that she wrote. How is it that you think that that's okay? And it's the things that y'all excuse over somebody cheating. Like at some point, you just got to go on and understand it wasn't nothing about you and everything about them and really find healing. But at the end of the day, I felt for a very long time that she is one of them kids that have a problem with their father. Because the fact of the matter is they still very much so love their father. And like Brown Girls Rock said, I do feel like the Tank is acting out, and Tank is at this point has a history of having issues in school.
Hold on a second. See, Michelle has posed a really good question. What is considered putting hands on him? What does that look like? I totally agree. Pretty Blue said these children are older. They read and have social media. Ain't no telling what they've seen about their parents. I agree. Mo Better 6194. If this is facts, the courts need to do better. I agree. Then for me, that was my household. I never knew my mom and dad had any issues. Exactly. I never knew my parents had issues. They kept it to themselves. And the rest of my siblings said the same thing. We thought we lived in the Leave It to Beaver house. We had no idea these people argue. And they made it look so easy to when all of us started getting married. I'm like, Mama, how'd you do this? She was like, girl, what you praying? I prayed. Because you have to. Marriage is not easy. It is true. Don't you want the Tasha K video? Didn't you? Okay, didn't you watch? Is that what you're saying? The Tasha, I didn't. I don't watch Tasha K. Mo Better. But here's the thing. Regardless of that, I believe parents who spank their children have every right to spank their children as the law allows. Not abuse, but spank them, correct them, discipline them. Hey, LadyRo, Mel has the kids in private school and has paid for it since the divorce. I don't know, because this court document says, additionally, the parent's oldest son has incurred over 15 disciplinary actions at school. The father has repeatedly attempted to discuss with the mother the need to change the child's school placement due to these ongoing behavioral and disciplinary issues. However, the mother has refused to cooperate. Pursuant to the parties' original settlement agreement incorporated into the final decree of divorce, the father has final decision-making authority regarding the minor children's education. Notwithstanding his authority, a subsequent order of modification designates the mother's address as the primary residence for school enrollment purposes. Now, last time I checked, when you use an address for school enrollment purposes, it was for public school. But child, I may be wrong. Who am I to judge? Y'all got all the answers. I'm just over here reading what the documents say. That's it. Last time I checked, you only need my address if I'm not paying for school and it's public school. But
right, that part.
Apparently you help her pay for it, baby. I don't know. You said Melanie Rogers has issues in Atlanta, Georgia, using cell phone much. Has issues in Atlanta. I don't know what that means. Why can't Martell just leave her alone? I think they both need to leave each other alone. Didn't she just petition the court? She petitioned the court and he petitioned the court. They doing it. Hey, you, hey, me, hey. That's what they doing. So Mo Better, why can't she leave Martell alone? And why can't Martell leave her alone? It go both ways. They got to leave each other alone. After I filed for divorce, my ex-husband told me he wasn't going to help me with no kids. He wasn't going to pay no child support. Only time I took him back to court was for child support. I didn't take him to court for nothing else. That's it. That is all. I didn't ask for nothing else. Help me take care of the children. That's it. And it's more than I agree, but it's the court allowing the kids to be abused. Something is off. Blessed by God, that is where I stand. Something is off if you have proof that this child is being abused. Okay? Courtrooms can be messy, Melody. Child, this Andre keeps saying stuff. I'm not following. See, Michelle said, I agree. Best by God it's not adding up at all. It's not at all.
So the kids first of all, the kids get their own attorney and they get a guardian ad litem. Right. And the kids are old enough that they will interview the kids with the kids' attorney without the parents present. But I do think there is a tug of war going on. And I do think, unfortunately, one parent is looking out for the best interest while the other parent is looking out for self-interest. At the end of the day, I don't know. Here's my thing with the whole leave Melanie alone. At the end of the day, if they can't agree on how they're going to do this situation with parenting the kids, and they're going to have to go to court, because it don't make sense to say leave her alone. But if he took matters into his own hands, we would be talking about a whole different situation. So the fact that the courts are there for him to use to dispute his differences, because apparently they can't work it out between the two of them, then that's what it be. I don't understand why it's always okay for her to run to the court and file petitions. And when he go to file his petition, it's always a problem. And let's just keep it a buck. She's filed way more petitions on Martell than Martell has ever filed on her. And to say leave Martell alone, but you launched a whole platform to go over a situation that you walked away from almost 5 years ago is diabolical to me. Martell don't come out on social media trying to sell his pain and push no product.
I agree.
By using his ex-wife's name or anything that has to do with his ex-wife. So to say leave her alone when it's looking like she's picking at him, because at the end of the day, that stunt that she just pulled last month was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
I agree.
Martell has never come to social media to blast her in the beginning. Yeah, they both were using social media. But at some point, Martell gave up and kept it moving.
Right.
So it's like, come on now, y'all got to be honest. Be honest. Just say you don't care because you're still stuck on the fact that the man cheated. And everything else don't matter, which is unfair to the children. At some point, you have to move on from that and know that that just wasn't written for you.
Right.
And be glad that you was able to walk away from it and still have your health and mind and body and soul. And just try to do the best y'all can for the kids, man. That's what it all boiled down to.
Mo Better says, why does Martell want some of the kids' money? I didn't see anything where he said he wanted money. He wanted to know why, if the court said that they cannot be used on social media and for anything of monetary gains, then why is the grandmother being allowed to do that? That's what the petition says. I love you, LadyRo, but I just called that Scorpio stray. I'm sorry. Girl, I'm married to a Scorpio. That's why I say that I'm married to one. Martell stated to Marceau that he was going to get mail back in 3 years. How's it working out for him? Mo Better, it's not working out for him. And I think it's totally irrelevant that he said that. Men say all kinds of stuff. Let me tell you something. My first boyfriend, which happened in high school, has told everybody when we broke up, I could always get back with her. Ask him how that's working out for him 30 years later. Child, moving right along.
Wait a minute. I need to know, when did Martell make that statement? Was that also a statement made years ago? LadyRo?
I don't know. I ain't never heard it. I think they come up with stuff.
Martell and Marceau ain't had sit downs together in a while outside of them bickering with each other. So I need to know when that statement was made.
Maybe he said it right after the divorce. I don't know. But here's what I do know. I do know that men they jabber. They talk. They do. Men shoot the crap all the time and don't be meaning half of what they say. Martell don't need the kids' money. Martell got his own money. That part, that's MAD. Martell is with his new family and he wants her money. That's not true, Gina. He didn't ask for any money. We need to start reading closer to what these documents say. It never said that he wanted any money. He wants to know, why is Van being allowed, let me see if I can find it, to have the children out here when the court order says that she cannot do it for monetary gain. That's all he asked. He didn't ask for no other reason. He didn't say, oh, I need $2. None of that.
And he asked for reimbursement on something that they court order that they go half on paying for the children. He's not asking for her money for his, like, he's asking to be reimbursed on what he spent. What the agreement is, we go half.
And
they half mine, they half yours. We go half on everything.
That's it.
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, that's pretty.
If the shoe was on the other foot,
that's pretty. That's pretty standard across the board in every state. Every state. If you have a child and you have court order documents for child support, it is standard that anything, if my baby goes to the doctor and the insurance pays 80%, that 20% that the insurance does not pay, we divide that in half. That is standard across all states. That is standard child support law. It just is. So what are you talking about? Wants her money. If you owe me money, I want the money you owe me. I don't care if it's $5. I want my $5. According to this, he owes him $10,323.50, and he wants his money. That's fair.
And if the shoe was on the other foot and it was her petition and talk about she want her half and reimbursement, they wouldn't have a problem with it.
No whatsoever.
They would not have a problem to boot with it. So it's like, it's the double standards for me. It's the double standards for me.
I'm trying to find the thing about
that's crazy.
Kids being the mother has willfully violated this court order concerning the children's social media exposure. The father believes the mother has allowed the children's maternal grandmother to use the minor children on social media platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, and to promote and sell children's books. The mother currently uses the same social media platforms to promote the children's hair care products, cologne, and other items. It is further believed that the mother, through both the maternal grandmother and herself, is financially benefiting from the children's social media exposure by directing proceeds into accounts managed by both the mother and the maternal grandmother, Vanessa Tracy. And I'm gonna tell you this: we've heard all the horror stories of these minor kids who get out here and become movie stars, and their parents do away with all their money. Honey Boo Boo is one of them. Her mama did away with all the money, and then when she got ready to go to college, she didn't have any money. She had no money.
At the end of the day, neither one of them supposed to be making money off of them, and she continued to do it for years. So Martell is correct. She had continued to do it for years. The court agreement was neither one of them. The fact that they put all the other nonsense on social media, I think any parent in their right mind would want to protect their children because of all the nonsense that's out there. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. It's just diabolical thinking to me. You want to do something just to spite somebody, but you're using the kids, and that is affecting the kids in one way or another. And it don't look like it's turning out too well. Tank got 15 violations. There's something going on there.
I agree with.
So they still try to like fight and windmill to be on social media. What the hell is social media doing for him right now? Nothing. Right. What is important for him as a child to be on social media branding himself? Like, I don't know. That just don't make sense to me, LadyRo.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And at the end of the day, if Martell can't make money off the kids, then neither can she. Point blank and D period. They are both the parents. Money off of
kids. Let's stop that. No one should be making money off of kids. Kids should not be your pawn. They should not be. See, Michelle says, I think Martell just wants her to do right and stop beating him down all the time. I agree. Can we just agree on one thing? I think is what he's pretty much saying. Passion. How does this make sense in a Scorpio and I don't play? 2 minutes later, I'm fasting after God told me the demons don't play. I'm the Omega child. We're not even gonna go there. Passion. Her comparison to herself and being God. You said, I'm a BTA mine and the grandkids, girl. Marcel and his wife has children. One of them is a cop. Andre, you okay? That's me. AD said he is not abusing his kids. Oh my God, today. Right now, the older kids don't want to be with Martell. His oldest daughter wants no part of him. So sad. And you know what, Gina? In all fairness, how much of that is her knowing that it causes an issue? Because children tend to, I hate to even use this word, but I'm going to use it, gravitate to drama. They do. If mama is full of drama, the daughter's going to be full of drama sometimes. And I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know for a fact. I know mamas who are drama-filled, and they have the sweetest little innocent kids, and then those kids become adults that are drama-filled.
I just never heard of the notion that your kids get to choose. At the end of the day, I know we all ain't dumb, and we all ain't gonna act like we ain't been teenagers, and we ain't gonna all act like these kids ain't at the age where everybody hate their parent. Teenagers hate their parents. Teenagers. They are going through a phase. They're teenagers. They're natural. It's natural puberty. It's natural puberty. So I ain't never known a parent to kick their kid out when they was teenagers or cut off contact with their kids because their kids hate them. You know how many kids probably get yelled? The kid, y'all talk about they hate them right now because it's spoiling their fun. This is a rite of passage. They're going through puberty. In a minute, they ain't gonna like her ass neither. I don't know why y'all keep acting like she about to be exempt. She about to be catching it too. And if it ain't the two oldest that's giving it to her, them two youngest is gonna give it to her.
Come on.
They both gonna go through it.
These kids are gonna give it to you. That's just the law of life. What goes around comes around. That is how it happens. And it gets me sometimes that these adults who always have these strange comments act as though they didn't raise kids. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. Maybe they gave their kids. I don't know. But
maybe they let their kids run the house. They giving me that their kids ran them. Shit.
I raised 3, and it was some mornings I didn't like. I got 2 girls. It was some morning I didn't like neither one of them. I'm telling you, it was some days I didn't like either one. I got one I call remote control right now because of an issue being her head with a remote control. With my remote control at that. No, ma'am. Ray, I'm sorry, Ray. Is it Ray all day says it was it stated how much money grandma made? It wasn't stated. He just says he believes that that they're benefiting from the children. All of you is so sad, but they will get older and see the truth for themselves, and they will make their own choices. They will. And that's the sad part, because one day they're going to see through the cloud, whatever that cloud is. Because they're right there living it, right? So one day they're going to wake up and they're going to be like, this never happened, or this did happen, or that didn't happen. I'm telling you, one day it's going to happen. It is. Butterfly, get darling, exactly. The AB allegations didn't start until BB put out Martell couldn't feed his kids. Ooh, Sonny Ray, now you preaching, because that is the God honest truth. Michelle says, I agree. My parents never argued in front of us and still don't now. Exactly. My parents didn't either. I never heard my parents argue so much. And so again, I went to my own mom and was like, how'd your dad do this? Because this ain't working for me. And she was like, baby, I stayed on my knees and I prayed and I talked to God and I did this and I did that. And I learned how to be submissive and I learned when to shut up. And my dad, I asked him the same thing. And my dad was also, my mom was submissive, but so was my dad. My dad never went against whatever my mom wanted. Anything they did, they worked it out together. And I saw them build a life together cohesively. These are 2 Black people who were born in the 30s at the end of the Great Depression, who managed to purchase 5 homes in their lifetime as a married couple. Please, you can't tell me anything different. When you have 2 people who work together, they can move mountains. And that's what I don't understand. Even as divorced couples, if you work together, you can move mountains. I've seen it done. I know it can happen. That's MAD said, yes, the kids love their father. I don't know what that came from. The oldest daughter don't want anything to do with him. I know for a fact that's not true. And that's MAD happens to live in Huntsville, Alabama. Andre says, I have 2 brothers married with children. Jenna Royale says, they are still in private school and Martell has moved several times. That's why they use her address. Private schools don't need your address. They don't. Charter schools, which are part of the public school system, who try to operate as a private school, but private schools don't need your address. I'm sorry, Gina, that makes 0 sense. Again, I'm a product of private school. My children went to private school. I lived in one city and I drove my children to another city to attend private school. You can't tell me anything different. I know how private schools work. I graduated from a private school. No, ma'am. Right. Kids need discipline. Otherwise, they will become out of control like so many are nowadays. Thank you all in unity. Baby, you get the applause of the day. That is right there. The truth. We look at these kids and we're always like, oh my God, kid this, kid that. This kid's so bad. This kid. But guess what? The Bible tells you, and y'all know I hate to be thumping the Bible at y'all, but the Bible says a child left alone will make you shame. Do you want to be shamed? You have to raise your children, whatever that looks like. Don't abuse your kids, but you raise them. You teach them right from wrong. You tell them what's hot and what's cold. Don't touch that stove. It's hot. Now, if they touch that stove and they find out that they burnt their finger, they realize then it's hot because my mama said some lessons you can buy, some lessons you have to learn. And that's one of those lessons that you don't listen to me. You went ahead, touched that stove, you found that it was hot. Now you bought that lesson. End the conversation with that one. You got to raise these kids.
Hold up, LadyRo. Can I just say this, please? I just feel like it's so horrible that a bunch of women that would let their hate for Martell get in the way of facts. Their hatred for Martell gets in the way of facts, and they just don't know what to do with it. I just never seen such diabolicalness, right? I don't get it, LadyRo.
I don't get it either, but
I don't get it.
Maybe it's not for us to get. Maybe it's not for us to get. But we're gonna keep talking about it. As long as they put it out here, we're gonna talk about it. Because we are content creators, and that's what we do, right, Butterfly? We're gonna talk about it. Michelle said those kids are not in private school. I went to private school all my life. Private school does not tolerate too much. They don't have to. Exactly. They will put your kids out the door. You have to get her some help. You have to get her some help. He can't keep coming to her disrupting the class. Let me tell you an example. A friend of mine, little girl. How old is she? She's 7 or 8. She's 7 or 8. She went to this school, baby. They said that she would have a fit in the class and tear up the whole class. Literally. They said one day she had tore up the teacher's desk. She had tore up the whatever the lady had over the chalkboard. She had ripped it off the wall, had tore up the blinds in the class, or just tearing up the class, ripping stuff off the walls. So the school put her out. Do you hear me? They put her out. They said that was the last time.
They definitely will.
They told her mama this is the last job. She at a whole different private school, baby. And they said at this school, she act like a model student. You know why? Because they don't play with the children. They have discipline and they have rules. They said when she come in, she asked me, can I help you? Can I help you today, Miss So-and-so? But she was at the other school, the other private school, tearing up the people's school. I said, not this sweet little girl. Oh, yeah. She done got put out the school. And these people I know personally, when they brought it to me one Sunday after church, I'm like, girl, your girl got put out of school. Not my sweet girl. She got put out of school, and she's standing there like this. Lying on you, ain't they? She was like, baby, they not lying. They was not lying on her. She tore up the school, and they put her tail out of school. Put her out.
And another thing, LadyRo, I know they love to point out that Martell's a liar, but we also know that lady has been caught in several lies too. So at the end of the day, they are both liars. So you with that thing. With your May.
Right. Here's the next thing too, Butterfly. It's one thing to get out here on the internet, social media, because I can duplicate a life to you that may seem all glam and glorious and everybody's against me. And you believe that, right? But it's another thing to go to court with evidence and that evidence prove that what you're saying is a lie. That's a different thing because the court is not social media. They don't have to believe all the crap you put out here. They look at the evidence that is presented in front of them, and that's how they act on it. But I got something else I want to show you. Let me get through these things real quick. Michelle said, I saw one of the kids with a school t-shirt on, and that was a public school, not a private school. Okay, Michelle. Andre said, I have nieces and nephews that grew up in daycare. Okay, baby. Pretty Blue said Martell and Melanie are one of the same. I've been saying that for the longest, Pretty Blue. They are both, if one's a narcissist, they both are. They are the same type of person in male and female form. Hadn't I been saying that?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are, baby. I've been saying that from day one, too. They're both narcissists. They're both selfish. They're both self-centered. Like, yeah, they definitely one and the same.
Annette said, I know Cole, so I must be tired. Well, we call her Ariane over here, and she probably is tired. And if I was her, I probably would have went on with my life. Lady Hustleness said, child, shaking my head. That's me, AD said that part. Doesn't Martell go to Tasha K and send bloggers information as well? Inez, I think he did that one time. I think he did, but I don't think we've seen that. He actually, when he decided to come out here and talk about Marceau, we saw him and Arion actually sit down and do their own YouTube video. But yeah,
right.
I don't know.
And the only time he sent information was to Tasha K, and the other time was when he let Queen Sheba interview him.
Right.
Outside of that, he ain't out here sending no documents to nobody.
But let's say this too. If we go back to Love and Marriage Huntsville, there was a time on the show when the people on the show started getting on to Mel because they said all that Mel did was run to social media. That she put everything on social media because she was trying to always get ahead of the story. Remember that? And that was actually on the show. But again, like I said, you could come out here to social media and I could duplicate a story I want you to believe. And you, as being the court of public opinion, may believe what I say, but it's another thing to go sit in that courtroom and bring that physical evidence in that room and the judge make a decision because they document everything. And I'm going to show you something in just a minute. Michelle said, I noticed that right after Martell was on Stormy's La La Live, and folks were suggesting that Stormy come out with a Martell line, Mel ran out and started a line for Tame. Michelle, you own us something there. You own us something now. Lady Hustle then said exactly our name's Mark. Huh?
Mm-hmm. She sure did.
Let's not act like Martell though. Two stuff as well. You mean doesn't do stuff as well? He does do stuff as well. We're not saying that, but we're not gonna say that Mel is innocent. We're not gonna put an innocent hat on her head when they both are doing the exact same thing. They messing with each other. He ain't just messing with her, and she ain't just messing with him. They messing with each other. They going back.
And she is a coach, and she is a narcissistic liar too. Period. That girl is a narcissistic liar too.
Lady Hustle that says, oh, he definitely want money. Yeah, he wants his $10,000. He wants $10,323.50. He wants that. He doesn't owe her any money. That's been proven. That is a lie. He doesn't owe her any money at all. And I want y'all to think, y'all have mentioned about him going and getting that money out of that account. Let me tell you something. If a account got my name on it and I am privy to get some money out, I'm gonna get it out. How do you get the money out of the account if it didn't have his name on it? And last time I checked, when you're married, it's community property. It means it belongs to me and you. Ask my husband. I remind him of that every day. Ray all day. He says, curious, did he pay her back when he needed his household utility paid? Is she withholding reimbursements for that? Ma'am, I don't think she actually paid any, but you know, hey, do them out of jail. Y'all hit that link if y'all want to come up here and talk. Y'all come up here and say what you got to say, but I don't think she really paid any money. Number one, Martell's money was locked up in bankruptcy like hers was. Only thing is Martell had more things in bankruptcy than she did. That was the only thing because he had a lot more in his name. Martell was in court with Melody, not Miss Van. Exactly. That's true. But he's also put Miss Van into the documentation. She cares too much about public opinion to ever make it seem like they can't. I'm sorry. She cares too much about public opinion to ever make it seem like they can co-parent. I agree. And at this point, she's so far down the road, she has to keep the facade up. Pretty Blue says, hopefully she'll take some of that money, if not all of it, and get those kids counseling. Oh, I agree with that, Pretty Blue, because they're definitely going to need it. Symmetry said, if there is money being made by way of the children, the funds should be placed in a trust for them. Symmetry 100%. Again, we've seen too many child star actors and actresses come out here, and when they graduate, their parents have used all their money. Lady HustleNet said, I have never seen so many excuses for Martell. Baby, nobody's giving Martell an excuse. We both have said, I've definitely said, they are the exact same people. They both have issues. I'm going to say it again. They both have
So to people that want to hear what they want to hear, at the end of the day, if we're not browbeating Martell and Team Basement Bully, then it's a problem. I don't want to hear that nonsense. Never seen so many. Girl, okay, well then why are you over here listening to the excuses then? Go where you like to hear the other excuses. Okay, shit.
It's good if the kids are already in counseling, they need it. Lady Helsonet, where are the excuses? We only provide the truth in every situation. That's what I thought we were doing. It's sad that people let their dislike for Mel to get in the way of facts. Everyone knows that Martell's a liar, but because he makes allegations in court documents, he's telling the truth. Tamika, welcome to the live, Tamika. I'm gonna tell you this. We're talking about court versus the court of public opinion. And Martell goes to court and Mel takes him to court as well. She filed the original divorce decree or the divorce petition. It was granted. There were things that put in this petition that we're going to talk about just a second. If you give me a minute, I'm going to pull it up, but I'm trying to get through all these messages, these comments. It's a lot coming through. Mel ain't innocent. I know we want to believe that the woman is always innocent. She's always right. Mel comes out here and tells y'all things because it makes or tells the social media things, because I don't normally watch her. I watch some things, but she comes out and she says things and people take it and they take it as law. And then when you look at court documents, it's different. It's one thing to say things to people. I can just come out here and read stuff out of this phone because I got it notes in this phone, text messages in this phone. But it's another thing when I go to court and they've seen both sides of the situation and they make a decision. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He says this definitely team. It's not Team Martell over here, baby. Definitely not no Team Martell. And never gonna be on the side of any man. I'm only on the side of rights. Inez, nope, not this girl. I mean, Team Right. That's it. I am Team Right. You said this is too true, child. If some of you will actually read the original documents, you will see that the judge has said and has ordered him not to do corporal punishment. So how is he not abusing them? Corporal punishment is not abuse. It's just faking. Like I told you, I read those documents. He was ordered not to, but the judge never said, let me lock you up because this is abuse. Abuse is what they lock you up behind bars behind. But child, go ahead. Y'all go ahead, because a lot of y'all got some whoopers or need us up. All right. See, Michelle said, if the court documents are in his favor, what does that mean? Everyone is lying but her. Exactly. See, Michelle, what has worked in his favor? I work in a private school, but my point was he has moved several times and used her address. I don't understand what that means. Mariah doesn't like what Martell because he takes things out on her. And Tank, did you not read where she gave the judge a 3-hour tape of him beating her in Tank? Read it where? Where was it listed? Because I didn't read it in the documents over here. The point of him moving every 6 months means he can't provide stability. Mel has lived in the same place for the entire time after the divorce. I agree with that. I respectfully disagree. I sent my kids to private school and my address was needed. Of course they need your address, but that's not, you're missing my point. When you send your kids to private school, they need your address, period, right? But your address doesn't determine what school you go to. That is what this document is saying. This document is saying, although Martell has, he gets to decide, he gets decision-making when it comes to school, he says he has to use her address. So that determines what school the children go to. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's regional, but it's not across all states. Child, it is across all states that you use an address to go to public school. That determines what school district you're in. All right, Gloria? All right. That's across the United States. If I live in Timbuktu, my kids get to go to Timbuktu ISD. That's where they get to go. If I live in Timbuktu, now the state I live in, we can cross lines, but we have to have permission from our school district to cross lines. But I'm not here to determine either or. You said Martell isn't stable. Maybe he isn't stable. Maybe he is unstable. But all I know is we read these court documents, and if you can argue with what's in the court documents, that's a different story. We know what he's put in there, and I got another one I'm gonna show you. In fact, let me pull it up while we talking. Butterfly, can you hold the fort down? Let me pull up these documents real quick.
Okay, I'll let you pull up the documents. Whew, baby. LadyRo. Who that girl? You right, girl. I can't tell you where to go. You right. That just slipped up. I just meant, you know what I'm saying? Like, apparently you don't like what you're hearing over here. There's a lot of trauma bonding, girl. That's all they know is trauma bonding. But at the end of the day, like I said, that lady has gotten caught in multiple lies. In fact, she just came out here and lied about that situation that she was just in that got dismissed. And not because it was in the wrong district. It clearly says that it was evidence that the judge couldn't even look at because it's not under his jurisdiction. It was entered as evidence that could not be processed because it was the wrong jurisdiction. At the end of the day, what was brought to that court as evidence was not enough, and it got dismissed. That's facts. But y'all are still running around painting it as something else. So at the end of the day, I guess we all doing the same thing. We all hearing what we want to hear. We all making our own narratives up. Because I don't recall Mariah coming out saying a goddamn thing. So how y'all know how Mariah feel about any goddamn thing?
Let me back up a little bit. So, Tamika, I guess you came over here just to argue. We're not gonna do that today. No one has said anything about Tank other than what was in the court documents and him being disciplined 15 times at school. So you can run with that narrative all by yourself because we're not gonna join it. Okay, you can talk. No one said that Tank is lying and Tank is telling the truth. What we're saying is what was read in the court document. All right. I'm not gonna let y'all deter me from what we're talking about today. 17,000, 7,000. I'm gonna let you worry about that because I don't give a fuck. Promise you, I got 17 in my account. All right, that's the only thing I'm worried about is what I got, not what he got. So, he's doing until this day. He even had the same picture they used behind the scene. Whatever. So you actually think they only sent something to Tasha K one time? I don't care if he sent it twice. That's not what we're talking about. We read a court document. I mentioned the fact that Mel comes out here to social media. You said sending something to Tasha K. I only know of one time. Maybe he sent it every day. Martell is a liar and a narcissist, and so is Melody. Point blank and period. They both need a mental evaluation. They both. Let me get to this mic a little closer. They both need a mental evaluation. All right. Take KT, they both need a mental evaluation. Both. He and Ariane remember the so-called leaked tapes. Child, y'all know more about these people than they do. Hey, Eva Walker, good evening. The tank products were in the works before then. She has shown BTS footage. Child, I don't care. I don't care, to be honest. How does he owe her if it was documented in court? You just got here, Tamika. You just got here. She owes him $10,323.50 for extracurricular activities for the children and uninsured medical expenses. The timeline when Mel did Tank's product. Okay, I don't care. See, Michelle, you got to go in the bathroom so you can come up. Butterflies, you can't butterfly. All right. You got to ignore the facts and defend Queen Mel because she was cheated on. Child, refused. Sunny Ray, I refuse. Child, I've been cheated on before. Guess what I did? I moved on. I put these 2 feet, one in front of the other, and walked out the door and kept on with my life. Was it stated in court he requesting from her his money before filing? He said that in, I think it was number 5. I think it was. Hold on, let me get to it. He said that.
Yes, he did.
He said he submitted.
It after.
Hold on. It says that with reimbursement to the other party to be submitted within 30 days from the date of submission of the receipt for said expenses. And he said he did. The mother has failed and willfully refused to abide by this court order regarding reimbursement for the children's extracurricular and medical expenses. Specifically, the mother has refused to reimburse the father for payment of the children's extracurricular activities. and uninsured medical expenses, which currently totals approximately $10,323.50, despite the father providing her with the proper documentation. No disrespect, none whatsoever. You're gonna be blocked, and it don't matter to me either, because y'all run around defending Mel on issues that we're not even discussing. I haven't now Butterfly, respectfully, she talks about things that I don't discuss, that I did not say. I read you a court order, right? I also talked about the fact that Mel does come out on social media and make statements, and you guys believe it, but when it comes down to the court documents, they're lying. That's what I did say. Ray all day says public schools don't need address verification for boundary purposes. Public schools do. There we go. There we go. It said it appears a lot of trauma bonding because how are y'all choosing to ignore facts? That's all we're talking about are these court documents. I ain't brought nothing up but court documents. Whatever Butterfly talk about, that's what Butterfly was talking about. We are both individual people with our own opinions. Butterfly has an opinion. I have an opinion. I choose to stick with the facts that I see in these court documents. The very fact that I know that Martell went to Tasha K one time, that's the only thing I can talk about. I don't know who else he said nothing to, because who else has come up and said something? Passion said, why even trick yourself into believing or thinking you can speak for anyone's children's feelings? Absurd. Exactly. Well, Andre again.
Yo, Pretty Blue's a mess.
Absurd. That was Passion. Mom put me and my sister and brother in public high school in Clayton. Andre, you close to heavy on the soul is Melody. Heavy, Pretty Blue. Heavy.
LadyRo, you are behind in the comments. That's what I was laughing at.
Delusional is thinking that Route 66 skincare will. Oh my goodness, baby. Definitely. Let's get on up here with these other documents I wanted to share. Let me pull them up. Give me a second. They may have went back a little further. I got a lot of stuff in here. Now I don't know if this is the right one. Let me see what it looks like. Butterfly, can you chit chat for a minute? Let me find these things. Oh, here they go. Here they go.
Okay, we got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you can read that, but let me pull it over here so I can read it out. Make it bigger for me.
We don't need the chair. We don't need the chair. It's okay. We don't take none of this personal.
No, not at all. Not at all. Mm-hmm. This is a document electronically filed March 1st, 2023 at 2:36 p.m. Circuit Court of Madison County. Deborah Kaiser, clerk. Melanie Shari Holt, plaintiff, versus Martell LeVar Holt, defendant. Case number DR 2020-900543.01. Remember, the one that we just read was 0.03. Order. This cause came before to be heard on this date, and all parties were present. This is a judge's order, okay? Upon consideration of the testimony presented Artenius, the exhibit introduced into evidence, and the arguments and the contentions of counsel, the court finds the following facts. Let's get through these facts. Since the inception of the current litigation, both parties at various times have demonstrated to this court an inability to co-parent. I'm going to say this again. Since the inception of the current litigation, both parents, B-O-T-H, both parents at various times have demonstrated to this court an inability to co-parent and have displayed an inability to follow this court's order. Did you hear what I said? This court has had to address this behavior through starch admonishments in open court to both parents, as well as the the entry of sanction orders against the father. During the current trial, the court has found the testimony of both parents to be less than genuine. Do you hear what I just said? Let me say that again. During the current trial, the court has found the testimony of both parents to be less, less, than genuine. Butterfly, can you repeat what I just said? Because maybe they didn't hear me in the back.
They said that both parents has shown inability to co-parent. For you in the back and you in the front.
Each parent can only recall testimony in their favor, but are evasive in other respects. Regardless of the frankness of their testimony, the court acknowledges that the father has made positive strides and is placing his children's best interest first. Butterfly, what you got to say about that, child? Because my head hurt.
They said that the father has been placing the children's best interests at heart first. He has made significant strides to do so.
However, the courts cannot find the same for the mother, M-O-T-H-E-R. However, the court cannot find the same for the mother. In this late stage of litigation, the mother has continued to demonstrate to this court an inability to co-parent. This is what this document reads. I don't know who this came from. I found it floating around on the internet and I pulled it. I think it was I got it on Facebook. I don't know where it came from, but I grabbed it. However, the court cannot say the same for the mother. Okay, she has blocked the father from her previous cell phone on multiple occasions, and by her own admission, blocked him for periods in excess of 1 month. Additionally, by her own admission, she acquired a new cell phone in October of 22 and has failed to give the father her phone number, a clear violation of this court's parenting clause. See paragraph 2B. When I tell you they both are trifling, I don't care how y'all get in here and defend Mel. I do not care how you think we defend Martell. It's not true. They are both horrible parents when it comes down to the courts. Mel can get on here and convince y'all that the sky is green. But I'm here to tell you that the sky is blue and they have white clouds. Do you hear me? Lynn said, I believe Martell has probably paid Mel back any money he owed her. He just didn't take it to social media. Now he's wanting money that she owes him and taking it to court, which is the right thing to do, whether we like it or not. That is how you get back money that is owed to you. My daughter just had to do this for her baby. The daddy been promising to pay half of the baby's medical expenses. He ain't done it yet. So she reluctantly but had to take him to court so that she could get money reimbursed to her that she has had to pay for this baby and his asthma. That's how you do it. You take it to court. I'm sorry. Pretty Blue, what is Route 66 skincare? Child, I want to know too. Did y'all kick them out? I did to see Michelle, but child, it don't mean nothing. Right, they were both admonished in court more than once. Ray, all day. Yes, ma'am. But we don't want to talk about that. We also haven't heard anything else about the $17,000 or the $7,000 because more than likely that money was paid back or it was squashed some kind of way. Because again, they both were married. I can't get into your account and my name ain't on your account. Wasn't this document in the beginning? This document is for 2023. Their divorce was final in 2021. This is not in the beginning. This is right along in the middle. This was a little bit over 3 years ago. Right in the middle. Martell misses Melanie so bad that he wants to hurt her. This dude has been 6 years, and so has it been for her. August 7th. It has. So both of them. Well, why did the judge give Mel physical custody? I ain't seen nothing where the judge gave up physical custody. I want to see that document, but I believe that one is sealed. Am I right? But maybe it's not. Maybe she does have physical custody because they do live with her. They do live with her, but Martell has rights. But I also know Martell did not show up in court the last time they went. So you might be right.
The same, because that was the same court date that they was filming the reunion, and Martell asked them to postpone, and I don't think the judge is willing to, and that's how she ended up with full custody.
Right. Martell and Mel are equally trifling. You get the star of the day, baby. They are equally trifling. Andre Shannon is not okay. They have several court dates. We ain't listening to Andre. He just on there acting up. They act like they don't remember that. Exactly. I'm sick of both of them, both of us. It's not the first time Mel and Martell been in the courtroom. Andre just wondering, where is the proof? Proof of what, Kevin? I can't tell. Y'all windmiller for Martell. Baby, I'm not windmiller for nobody but Jesus. Sonny Ray said these people know what they're saying ain't true. They just like looking crazy like their leader. Got to be Sonny Ray. I do not like Google Assistant. Andre, stop. People talking and have no proof, facts, nothing. Just be talking. Everybody. Kevin, what? We got two of them in here tripping. Y'all already been exposed for fake delusions. Exactly. Trying to think, is there anything else on here I want to read? Oh, that's citing case law. Let me see what the second one says, because I pulled both of these documents up. Child, because we've been on here longer than I was intending to be on here.
Girl.
Trust me, I was gonna read this document and go. Here we go. The mother testified that she required the father to contact her through her work email only. The mother further testified that she does not let the children have the cell phone that the father purchased for them during her custodial weeks of custody. Therefore, the father has no way of contacting his minor children during mother's week of custody unless the mother sees the father's request via her work email. More concerning to this court, the father has no way of communicating with the mother if an emergency exists with the minor children. This was clearly illustrated when the father had to contact an associate to notify the mother via social media to contact the father regarding an issue with one of the party's minor children. And it goes on to say the mother has failed to give the father the right of first refusal, violation of the court's custodial schedule, paragraph 1B, and it cites that rather than contact the father and allow him the right of first refusal, the mother has utilized at least 6 non-grandparents for overnight care on at least 11 separate occasions. But we want to act like this mess don't exist. This is two sides of the same coin. They just are. They just are. And it's not swinging for no Martell. It ain't swinging for no Mel. It's swinging for the facts. I read you a court document. You didn't like it, and you said I'm over here swinging for Martell. Child, let me swing Martell. Come here, Martell. Let's swing from the rafters, baby. Come on. Let's swing.
Oh, my God. That hook in that curve, baby.
Yeah. Andre, go to bed. He chose to go to the reunion over his kids, child. What has she chosen to do over his? I just read you that she chose to utilize 6 non-grandparents for overnight stays on at least 11 different occasions. Let's move forward. Who has a leader? The millimeters. Sonny Ray. Yep. I work during emergency LOL tripping. Child, I'm done, Butterfly. You got something else you want to say? Because I'm just bring out some little Vaselines today. That's my job today. So bling these out for my granddad.
Listen, that's it. That's all. Now I'm gonna go live in a little bit, but
okay,
you know, I'm gonna. Of course, you know, I'm gonna have my own opinion.
Right. Yeah,
might not go over so well, but I'm gonna have my own.
I hope it goes over well. I hope it does.
I don't know. We'll see. They already can't take over here, baby. They are tripping out in your game.
Girl, good day, everyone. I often wonder how those who vouch for her contest the court documents when it's not in their favor. Child, you just heard them over swinging. They said I'm swinging for Martell. Now all I'm doing is reading court documents and saying what the court has said. There's one thing I've just said. It's one thing to come out here. Let me calm myself down. It's one thing to come out here and I say on this internet X, Y, and Z, right? And I get the court of public opinion on my side. It's the next thing to come out here and say, hey, this is a court document and this is what is founded. And someone say, oh, the court is lying. That's all I'm saying. I don't give a flip about Martell. Not one. Martell is a sick individual who cheats on women. He's a woman monopolizer, or whatever you want to call him, a gigolo. Child, I don't give a flip about him.
Oh, womanizer.
Ooh, swinging.
I guess. Girl.
That makes no sense. Be responsible when you have children. Why be contacted? He just wants to keep up with them all day, every day. Do you be bothered at work? Child, I don't know what that means. You say, girl, boo. Inez, no, we're not going to fall out behind Mel and Martell. Who is they? Nobody. Nobody. I don't fall out behind none of these crazy. Don't take none of this mess to heart. Child, these people are nobody. You say, what did you say, Sonny Ray? Meek. Anywho, yes, Kevin, both should be responsible as parents. He should keep up with them. That's what the course of. LadyRo, Butterfly, and Chad, have a beautiful day, and thanks for the information and fun. Thank you, Pretty Blue, for joining. You guys, I have enjoyed this. Butterfly, we're going to get up out of here.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, LadyRo. Love you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Love you too. Yeah, we don't fall out over here behind no bull swanky and no bull ish. All right. Not especially not behind two people on the TV. I don't know neither one of these people, neither do y'all. So you sit at home and be sweating these ninjas, something wrong with you up. You need to check this. All right. His body comes suit wearing 2-bit cheap hustler with no real conversational game. Real Ray all day. Think that part. Ain't nobody sweating Martell. Good God Almighty. You got to be pretty low vibrational to think that someone would sweat Martell. And he over here shooting blanks in the sky and shooting up the shit in Arion. Shit about abortions they done had. Both of them done had abortions. Both of them done got pregnant at the same time. Tragic mess. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great afternoon. I may be back a little bit later, but Butterfly will be coming to you guys. So look out for her thumbnail. She'll be posting pretty soon, I guess. And I'm going to get up out of here. I got stuff to do. I got to finish cleaning this kitchen for my honey get home. And I got a massage at 4 o'clock, child. You think I be sweating what Mel talking about? I had a massage just there at 1:30 and I got one at 4 o'clock. My masseuse is going to be waiting for me, Mr. Larry. Going to rub this back till you get all this essence kink out of here. Because, baby, when I tell you, essence left my back stiff. But he going to rub it all out today. Praise you, the Lord. You said, Butterfly, I do my best to come through when you come on LadyRo Good Show. And that Mika person run around without her hand. Oh, baby, they come over here ready. That's what she came over here ready to box, baby. Ain't gonna be no boxing over here in the Queendom, baby. We don't do that. We nurture, we cultivate our inner queen. That's it. I gave you a little bit of information I found out here on the internet. That's it. Just a little bit came from a la carte. That's it. Little $9.99 for y'all to just say, y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that bell for the next notification. We ain't talking about this tomorrow. We're going to talk about something else. Probably Shamia more, honey. Maybe later on this evening, but no. All you need to say, great day, everyone. Thanks, LadyRo and Butterfly. Thank you. Exactly. If you look for an enemy over TV characters, you need help. I agree. They love to fight. They be out here. This how Tamika came through the chat. Swinging on everybody. Girl, sit down. Take a break. Breathe in and out, child. My highlight of the day, me meeting Mr. Ali Sadiq at Essence Fest. Child. I had a great time. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit tomorrow about Essence Fest. This evening, I may come in because I never did my last review on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And y'all know a new episode comes on Sunday. We are gearing up to get ready towards the reunion, and I know the reunion gonna be fire. Baby Andy Cohen is out here talking and telling us what happened at the reunion, so y'all get ready. Anywho, if no one told you today they love you, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Windmilling for nothing, living for me. Girl, I'm about to knock my own knuckles out. Windmilling for nothing. Because you ain't winning no thou over here. And you ain't scaring nobody. Girl, please. You over here fighting for what? Then you get you a team together. And y'all start tag teaming each other. That shit don't work. You tried to get me off my game. That wasn't what I was talking about. I don't give a flip. At the end of the day, you got two people who are the same. They are different sides of the same coin. Different sides of the same coin. Inez, there's a difference between stating your opinion and swinging at everybody as though everybody's wrong. Y'all calling the courts wrong. You just said you made an opinion, but you also made an assumption that I'll swing for Martell. I don't give a flip about Martell. Martell can be over there in that ditch right behind my house. I don't give a damn about Martell. I think the truth just needs to be out. The truth is you have two narcissists that are fighting and playing in the court system. They probably both should go to jail, honestly. Have a great day. That's right. Let me clean up my desk. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Why does it keep falling off?
Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining the Queendom. Until next time, keep nurturing, keep cultivating, and keep awakening the queen within. God bless you. We'll see you next time.